If you are a man over 60, you know that maintaining energy, performance, and vitality can be a challenge. But what if I told you that just 3 fruits, simple, natural, and easy to find, could make all the difference in your daily life? In today's video, I'll show you what these fruits are, why they're so powerful, and how to include them in your routine in a practical way. Stay with me until the end and discover how small habits can bring big results for your health and well-being. If you're new here, leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos. At age 60, the male body enters a new phase. It's not just a matter of chronological age, but of profound internal changes that affect everything from metabolism to hormone production. Many men feel that their energy is no longer the same, that their physical performance has declined, and that even though they maintain habits similar to those they had before, their bodies respond differently. This is no coincidence, it's biology. After 60, nutrition needs to adapt to these changes. What worked at 30 no longer works the same way. Nutritional needs change, and understanding this is the first step to regaining vitality, preventing disease, and maintaining quality of life. One of the main changes is in basal metabolism, the amount of energy the body expends at rest. With advancing age, this expenditure decreases progressively. This means that the body consumes fewer calories to perform the same basic functions: breathing, maintaining body temperature, keeping organs functioning. The consequence is clear. If you continue to eat the same way you did when you were younger, body fat accumulation becomes inevitable, especially in the abdominal region. In addition, the body begins to lose muscle mass naturally, a process called sarcopenia. This further reduces the metabolic rate, creating a cycle that can lead to constant fatigue, loss of strength, and even mobility problems. Another crucial factor is the decrease in the production of testosterone, the main male hormone. From the age of 40, testosterone levels begin to drop by about 1% per year. By the age of 60, this decline is already noticeable in many ways: lower libido, increased body fat, less energy, mood swings, and difficulty concentrating. Diet can play a key role in naturally regulating these hormone levels. Certain nutrients, such as zinc, magnesium, vitamin D, and good fats, are essential for stimulating hormone production and keeping the endocrine system functioning properly. Therefore, food choices go far beyond satisfying hunger. They are about activating the body and keeping it in balance. In addition, as we age, the digestive system undergoes significant changes. The production of digestive enzymes decreases, which affects the absorption of essential nutrients. Vitamins such as B12, calcium, and iron, for example, become more difficult to absorb. This can lead to anemia, muscle weakness, osteoporosis, and even cognitive decline over time. The gut microbiota also changes with age, and this directly influences the immune system, chronic inflammation, and even mood. A diet rich in soluble fiber, natural prebiotics, and antioxidants is essential to protect this gut flora and ensure that the body makes the most of the nutrients it ingests. Another important point is increased vulnerability to chronic diseases. Type 2 diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, and cardiovascular disease are more common after age 60. Many of these problems are directly linked to diet. Excess refined sugars, trans fats, salt, and ultra-processed foods aggravate clinical conditions and accelerate the body's aging process. On the other hand, natural foods, especially fruits rich in antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals, help fight free radicals, reduce inflammation, and strengthen cells. Eating well in this context is no longer just a matter of aesthetics. It is a strategic decision to maintain autonomy, well-being, and mental and physical health. The emotional and psychological impact of these changes must also be highlighted. Many men, upon realizing that their bodies no longer respond as they once did, become demotivated, feel less useful, or even develop mild depression, which often goes unnoticed. Food plays a silent but powerful role in emotional health. Foods rich in tryptophan, omega-3, B vitamins, and magnesium help produce serotonin and dopamine, neurotransmitters responsible for feelings of pleasure, motivation, and well-being. Eating well is also a way to take care of your mind, mood, and disposition, to live each day with enthusiasm. This is where fruits come in as powerful allies. Contrary to popular belief, they are not just a source of natural sugar. The right fruits offer a cocktail of nutrients that act directly on cell regeneration, heart protection, digestion, and even hormone production. They are rich in water, which helps with hydration, something essential and often neglected by older men, and contain bioactive compounds that fight inflammation and slow down the effects of aging. Including these fruits in your daily diet may seem like a small detail, but it has a profound impact on how your body functions. Understanding these changes and respecting your body's new needs is the first step to living with more energy and vitality after 60. It's not about following radical diets or living with restrictions, but rather making smart choices that work for your body. Eating Eating strategically is a way to age with autonomy, strength, and mental clarity. Best of all, you can start now with simple, accessible changes. Eating well after 60 is not a luxury. It is a necessity, and also a powerful tool for continuing to live with intensity, pleasure, and purpose. When it comes to healthy eating for men over 60, it is common to imagine drastic changes in routine or complicated and restrictive diets. But in reality, one of the simplest and most powerful ways to transform your health at this stage of life is something as basic as it is accessible. Fruit. Rich in essential nutrients, natural fruits have a direct and profound impact on the body, especially for those facing the metabolic, hormonal, and physiological changes of maturity. They are not just a light addition to the diet, they are true allies of vitality, energy, and physical and mental performance. Science proves that a diet rich in fruit can dramatically reduce the risk of chronic diseases, improve cognitive function, combat fatigue, and even improve sexual desire. This is because these foods provide the body with exactly what it needs most at this stage: bioactive micronutrients, powerful antioxidants, and fiber that regulate and revitalize the entire body. Fruits are among the richest sources of natural antioxidants found in nature. This is particularly important for men over 60, as oxidative stress, an internal process in which free radicals damage the body's cells, tends to increase with age. This process is directly linked to premature aging, loss of muscle mass, joint stiffness, cognitive decline, and the risk of diseases such as Alzheimer's, type 2 diabetes, and cardiovascular problems. Fruits such as blackberries, blueberries, pomegranates, and avocados, for example, are loaded with antioxidant compounds such as anthocyanins, flavonoids, and vitamin C, which neutralize free radicals, reduce systemic inflammation, and protect the body from the inside out. The result: more energy, better physical recovery, sharper memory, and a strengthened immune system. Another vital aspect of fruit is its abundant presence of soluble and insoluble fiber. Many mature men suffer from constipation, slow digestion, or intestinal problems that interfere with well-being and even mood. Intestinal function has a direct impact not only on digestive health, but also on the immune system and hormone regulation. Fruits such as apples, pears, papayas, and oranges provide fiber that stimulates intestinal transit, feeds the good bacteria in the gut, essential for a balanced microbiota, and facilitates nutrient absorption. In addition, soluble fiber helps control blood glucose levels and reduce LDL, or bad cholesterol, which tends to rise with age. This contributes significantly to heart health, lowering the risk of heart attacks and strokes, two of the main fears among men at this stage of life. Fruits also play a surprising role in regulating blood pressure, which is critical for men over 60. Many of these foods are rich in potassium, a mineral that helps balance sodium levels in the body and relax blood vessel walls. This is essential for keeping blood pressure under control and protecting the cardiovascular system. Bananas, melons, kiwis, and avocados are examples of fruits with high concentrations of potassium and other micronutrients that contribute directly to vascular health. Circulation improves, organs receive more oxygen, energy levels increase, and even sexual health tends to benefit from this process. After all, male vitality is deeply linked to circulatory health. It is also worth highlighting the impact of fruit on hormonal balance and mood. Mature men often report mood swings, sleep disturbances, and difficulty concentrating. This is partly due to declining testosterone levels and irregular production of neurotransmitters such as serotonin and dopamine. Some fruits, such as bananas and avocados, contain natural precursors of these neurotransmitters, such as tryptophan, as well as B vitamins that help regulate the nervous system. Frequent consumption of these fruits can improve mood, reduce mild symptoms of depression and anxiety, and even promote deeper, more restorative sleep. In other words, it's not just about having more physical energy, but also about regaining enthusiasm, mental clarity, and the joy of living with more lightness. Another undeniable benefit of natural fruits is hydration. With advancing age, the sensation of thirst becomes less intense, which leads many men to consume less fluid than they should. Dehydration, even mild, affects reasoning, muscle strength, and kidney function. Fruits with high water content, such as watermelon, strawberries, pineapple, and oranges, help keep the body hydrated without effort. In addition to being refreshing, these fruits provide natural electrolytes that maintain the body's water and mineral balance. This is especially important on hotter days or after physical activity, when the body needs to quickly replenish lost fluids. Including these fruits in your daily routine is a simple and natural way to keep your body functioning at its best. Contrary to popular belief, not all fruits are created equal. The quality of nutrients varies greatly between types, and knowing how to choose those richest in functional compounds can make all the difference in results. Prioritizing brightly colored seasonal fruits and eating them raw, with the skin on whenever possible, is the secret to getting the most out of these foods. Avoiding processed versions, ready-made juices, and candied fruits is essential, as these products often lose fiber, have added sugar, and are low in nutritional value. Ideally, fruit should be consumed as part of a smart eating plan, combining variety, quality, and frequency. Fruit should not be treated as a dessert or an exception, but as a fundamental part of the routine of those who want to age with vigor, resilience, and lasting well-being. When it comes to aging with health, energy, and vitality, the details make all the difference. And among these details are food choices that often seem simple but have transformative power. Within the world of fruits, some stand out not only for the nutrients they offer, but also for the real impact they have on the male body after age 60. These foods act as true natural remedies. They restore cellular functions, fight inflammation, optimize hormone production, and boost metabolism. And among all the options available in nature, 3 fruits stand out impressively when the goal is to increase energy, physical performance, and sexual and mental vitality. They are accessible, versatile, pleasant to the taste, and above all, extremely efficient. The first is the pomegranate, an ancient fruit revered in different cultures for its medicinal value. Rich in powerful antioxidants such as punicalagins and ellagic acid, pomegranate has a profound effect on protecting cells against premature aging. Scientific studies show that regular consumption of pomegranate juice is directly linked to improved blood circulation, which is essential in many ways for men over 60, from heart function to sexual performance. Pomegranate also helps lower blood pressure, improves cholesterol levels, and reduces chronic inflammation, a silent problem that is behind diseases such as arthritis, diabetes, and Alzheimer's. In addition, there is evidence that its bioactive compounds contribute to the preservation of memory and mental clarity by acting directly on neural connections. Incorporating pomegranate into your diet, whether in the form of natural juice or by consuming its fresh seeds, is a strategic choice for those who want to maintain active vitality in all dimensions of the body. The second essential fruit is the avocado, a true nutritional gem. Although many still view it with suspicion due to its high fat content, avocados offer good fats, mainly oleic acid, the same found in olive oil. This type of fat is essential for the production of sex hormones, such as testosterone, whose natural decline after age 60 is associated with loss of libido, muscle weakness, and reduced energy. By providing the necessary elements for this hormone production, avocados contribute to the balance of the endocrine system in a natural and effective way. But the benefits go beyond that. They are also rich in magnesium, potassium, vitamin E, and B vitamins, which together strengthen the heart, regulate blood pressure, improve brain function, and combat oxidative stress. Another unique feature of avocados is their ability to promote satiety and help control appetite, which is important at this stage of life when metabolism slows down. When included in the diet on a regular basis, whether for breakfast, in smoothies, or even as a substitute for sauces and creams, avocados act as a long-lasting fuel for the body and mind. The third essential fruit on this list is the blueberry. Despite being a small fruit, its potential is enormous. Blueberries are one of the richest sources of anthocyanins, antioxidant compounds that act directly to protect the brain against aging. For men over 60, this means a powerful weapon against cognitive decline, memory lapses, and even neurodegenerative diseases. Studies conducted at renowned universities have revealed that frequent consumption of blueberries can improve communication between neurons, increase learning capacity, and even protect against the effects of stress. But the benefits are not limited to the mind. Blueberries also improve insulin sensitivity, promote eye health, and reduce inflammatory markers in the body, contributing to physical performance and muscle recovery. Because they are practical and versatile, they can be eaten fresh, in juices, added to yogurt or salads, and each small serving offers a profound impact on cellular health. The choice of these 3 fruits is not random. They represent different mechanisms of protection and strengthening of the male body. Pomegranate with its vascular and antioxidant power, avocado with its hormonal, anti-inflammatory, and energetic action, and blueberries with their cerebral, metabolic, and regenerative effects. Together, they form a nutritional triad of extremely high value for those who want to age with autonomy, vigor, and mental clarity. More than just food, these fruits are tools for prevention and renewal. And the most interesting thing is that none of them require major sacrifices or radical changes in routine. They can be included in a simple, tasty, and enjoyable way in everyday life, transforming each meal into a conscious gesture of care for the body, mind, and one's own history. It is important to understand that at age 60 or older, food is no longer just a source of energy, but a strategic tool for longevity and well-being. Every fruit chosen with care, every meal planned with intention, is a direct investment in the quality of the coming years of life. It is not just about living longer, it is about living better, with clarity, strength, and a desire to enjoy every moment to the fullest. Vitality, energy, and enthusiasm for life are not lost with age. They are cultivated, and daily choices are the foundation of that cultivation. And few choices are as effective, accessible, and tasty as including pomegranates, carrots, avocados, and blueberries in your diet. Knowing the right fruits is only the first step. The real impact happens when that knowledge is put into practice, when these fruits are no longer an exception in the diet and become part of a consistent, intentional, and enjoyable routine. For men over 60, consistency is more powerful than any one-time effort. The body responds with vitality, not to occasional excesses, but to the gentle discipline of good habits. And incorporating fruits, such as pomegranates, avocados, and blueberries into your daily routine does not require radical changes or complicated sacrifices. In fact, with a little creativity and awareness, these fruits can be integrated in simple and tasty ways, transforming each meal into an act of cellular renewal, hormonal balance, and prolonged energy. The first key to this practical integration lies in the rhythm of meals. Many men at this stage of life maintain fixed and sometimes repetitive eating habits. Breakfast, for example, is often a neglected or rushed meal, when in fact it can be a strategic time to fuel the body with the most valuable nutrients of the day. One of the most effective ways to include avocado is first thing in the morning. It can be mashed on a slice of whole grain bread, seasoned with a drizzle of olive oil, salt, and lemon, creating a perfect combination of good fats, fiber, and lasting satiety. Another option is to blend it with plant-based milk and a spoonful of pure cocoa, creating a thick, creamy, and functional smoothie. This type of preparation provides sustained energy for hours, reduces blood sugar spikes, and feeds the brain with essential fatty acids. It's a simple, tasty, and effective way to start the day with vitality. Blueberries, on the other hand, can be easily incorporated into snacks or afternoon coffee, times when energy drops are most noticeable. Adding a handful of fresh or frozen blueberries to plain yogurt creates a combination rich in probiotics, antioxidants, and fiber, ideal for intestinal and mental health. Another possibility is to include them in smoothies with other red fruits, banana, and a little oats, creating a functional drink that nourishes and satisfies. Blueberries can also be mixed into salads, adding color, sweetness, and a sophisticated touch to the dish. The important thing is to be consistent. Even small daily portions are enough to trigger their neuroprotective, anti-inflammatory, and energizing effects. The mind stays more alert, memory more active, and mood more stable, all from a fruit that fits in the palm of your hand. Pomegranates, with their exotic structure and distinctive flavor, can be incorporated into your diet in a variety of ways throughout the day. Their seeds can be sprinkled on salads, fruit bowls, yogurt, or even savory dishes such as fish and white meat, adding a crunchy texture and a touch of acidity that balances the palate. Another efficient and practical way is to drink natural juice, as long as it is consumed without added sugar. A glass of freshly prepared pomegranate juice can be drunk in the morning or throughout the afternoon, providing a natural boost to blood circulation and metabolism. When consumed regularly, this juice contributes to cardiovascular health, which is essential for mature men. In addition, you can freeze portions in ice cubes and add them to water to create a refreshing, functional, and hydrating drink, ideal for keeping the body active, especially on hotter days. It is important to note that the quality of food is just as important as its presence in the diet. Whenever possible, choosing organic or locally grown fruits increases nutritional density and reduces the consumption of pesticides and additives. In the case of avocados, choosing ripe fruits with intact skin and storing them properly prevents waste and ensures better flavor. With blueberries and pomegranates, it is best to look for fresh fruits, but when this is not possible, frozen versions also retain most of their nutrients, as long as they do not contain added sugars or preservatives. Keeping a small supply of these fruits in the freezer can be an excellent strategy to ensure convenient and constant access even on the busiest days. Another way to make this easier is by creating eating rituals. Small moments of daily self-care, such as preparing an energy smoothie mid-morning or putting together a colorful bowl of fruit at the end of the day, can serve as reminders of health and pleasure. For many men, eating has become automatic over the years. Reclaiming a conscious connection with the act of eating, choosing valuable ingredients, preparing them with care, and consuming them mindfully is a way to awaken not only the body, but also the mind. Vitality isn't just about nutrients, but the intention with which they are consumed. And when this process becomes a habit, the benefits become cumulative. More energy in the morning, less fatigue in the afternoon, better quality sleep at night, and over time, a body that responds with more strength, focus, and balance. Adopting these fruits into your daily routine does not require strict formulas or technical knowledge. Above all, it requires a decision to take care of yourself with respect, to give your body the resources it needs to continue functioning at its best. At age 60 and beyond, food becomes a silent language of self-care, and in this vocabulary, each fruit plays a vital role. They are not just complements to a meal, they are central pieces of a larger strategy to live longer and better, with energy, clarity, and the will to move forward.